Hey, in today's video, I want to talk to you a little bit about focus. And I want to talk to you about why that matters so much in your business. So as a business coach, I get to encounter so many different businesses each and every single day. I work with businesses that are anywhere from solopreneurs all the way up to giant $200+ million companies. Although I really focus with companies that are between $1 and $20 million. The thing that is just so incredibly important that I notice is that the folks that are doing incredibly well, the businesses that are doing awesome, those businesses are hyper focused. And what I mean by that are those businesses know exactly what they are. They know exactly what their vision is. They know exactly who they're selling to. They know exactly what they're trying to deliver. And so that way their entire leadership team is all rowing in the same direction. Those folks are all working together. They're all driving towards the same result. Because that focus, that vision, that clarity, we use that word clarity all the time. In fact, to a point where it's kind of nauseating. I hear clarity all the time, and AI is just spitting that out everywhere. But there is actually some realism there with the word clarity. But that clarity that people have when you're running a business is so paramount, because as a CEO, as a founder, as an owner, you need to understand what it is that you're trying to do, what it is that you're trying to sell. And too often we try to do this approach where we're selling to everybody and we're selling anything we can try to sell. I'll give you a perfect example. I had a great networking event the other day, and I was having a conversation with a realtor. And of course, the realtor, who's doing a wonderful job, but is a realtor to everyone. And naturally, I've had coaching conversations with other realtors in the past, and I've coached a couple of realtors. And the second we started to become a specific type of realtor is the second sales started to dramatically increase. What do I mean by that? So focus. If you are trying to sell to everyone, you're actually not selling to anyone. Just think about it. If you're offering something and there's 100 people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people offering the exact same thing, why are you important? What makes you stand apart? And I work in the book publishing world. I publish books all the time for clients, and we help them, get books out and delivered, their ideas delivered on paper. And one of the things I think about is the book cover. The book cover is so important when it comes to getting your idea out. The inside contents, no one will ever get to see unless they give the book cover a chance. And that's why it's so important. A business is no different. You won't even get to prove your evidence of work, prove how good you are, unless you can at first showcase your book cover. And so this is why focus matters so much. You need someone to give you a chance. And why will someone give you a chance if you're saying the exact same fucking thing that 300 other people in the same exact area that you are saying as well? So what do? Well, you need to differentiate yourself. You need to create a delineation line. What is different about you? And I actually coach my clients all the time. Let's find your superpower. I don't want you to make this up, because to be completely transparent, the thing that makes you special is the thing that's going to be your differentiator. If it is something that's remarkable about you, let's lean into it. Not let's hide or shy away from that. If it's a strong passion for Christ, if it's a desire to be a part of a specific community, if it's an offering that you only take the uninsured, if it is your commitment to South American traditions. I'm naming things that actually work because they're important about you, and people will see that and they will buy into that. People will not see and they won't buy into the same crap you see all the time about we have great customer service, we always deliver on what we say we're going to deliver on, we have tons of experience. People won't see that stuff because that's not on the book cover. That's on the inside, and they'll experience that, and they may become a cavalier for your business and go ahead and share that as a referral later on for you. But they won't at first do that. So it becomes paramount for us to find that focus, the who we are and who we're going to represent for our business in which we need to deliver. So that's the first thing that we need to ensure that we're doing, is being hyper-focused. When we decide on who that is that we are and what it is that we are selling very specifically, then we need to make sure that we're selling to a very specific client. And we need to identify that person. You can call it personas, you can call it ideal clients, you can call it target market. I don't care what verbology you use. Just call it something. Identify it. I got a friend of mine who's kind of nerdy, and I said, roll up a character sheet. And he understood exactly what I meant, right? Because what I want you to do is I want you to be very specific about who we're talking about here, that is buying your product, that is going to be the person who is going to see your Facebook comment, to see your Facebook message, to see your LinkedIn comment, and who's going to say, that's my company I want to buy from. Because of the 100 other messages, you're not talking to them. So what is that one thing that's going to get them to stop and say, yeah, you're talking to me. I'm going to buy from that guy. So if at first we go ahead and find out what is our personal focus, and at second we find out what is our customer that we're selling to, we now have the focus that we need in order to be effective business owners and strategists. And then from there, we just stay totally focused. We put a respect on that focus. We ensure we stay within the lines of that focus. We talk about it on a weekly basis. We talk about it on a monthly basis. If something that comes in down across the pipeline that we see and it's a shiny object and it goes, this is a great idea, but it is absolutely not something that we are interested in because it is not in our focus. It is not who we are. It is not what we represent. And some of you EOS guys would probably be like, this sounds a lot like some of the tenets of EOS. Yeah, to a point, there is. There is a lot of similarities, and it does sound a lot like scaling up, and it sounds like a lot like 500 other operational methodologies as well. Sounds a lot like R3, the one that I've created. There's a reason for that. It's because operational methodologies work. Instilling a system into your business and following it works. If you don't have one, you're probably missing out quite a bit. Is EOS the right one for you? Is scaling up the right one? OKR the right one for you? Is R3 the right one for you? Is one of the 5 or 10 other big ones that are popular right now the right operational methodology for you in your business? I don't know. That's for you to figure out. But what matters is that you have some level of focus in what you're offering. If you are scattershot, you will fail. Or maybe you won't. Maybe there's a small chance that you won't fail because your product is so incredible and who you are is so incredible and what you deliver is so incredible that you won't fail. Maybe you have just incredible tenacity, great relationships. Your networking is phenomenal. And that's great. Cool. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the other 96% of the people that are watching this video, who it isn't going to be like that for them. So for the folks that don't have that clear focus and vision for their business, who desperately need it, develop that focus and that vision. So take these 3 steps. First step, develop that company vision. What is it? Who are we? Who am I? What are we selling here? What makes us special? What is our differentiator? Second thing, who are we selling to? What does that look like? What words do they have that are painful, that they need to hear, that would make them strike a deal? What matters to our ideal client portfolio? That way we're not just saying every word we hear on the internet all the time. We're actually talking specifically to somebody because they're listening. And then 3, how do we stay hyper vigilant to make sure that we're following our focus and ensuring that we are staying completely on course? That's my recommendation for you. Follow along for more business coaching from the operator, Pete Serdowski.